Hey guys, my name is Junior Far. Welcome back to my channel. I thought it'd be interesting to really dive deep into this Joshua Usyk fight coming up because I'm a professional boxer myself and I have entered the ring with both of these fellas, working a lot with Anthony Joshua between the years of 2011 to 2013, back when he was an amateur, doing lots and lots of rounds of sparring with him. I also fought Alexander Usyk back in 2013. Just after he won the gold medal at the 2012 Olympics. This is an interesting matchup because I think out of everything, this is going to be a really technical fight. You have a big man with great boxing ability, being Anthony Joshua, and you have a total technician with Alexander Usyk. I've said it before on multiple interviews before, Alexander Usyk is the best boxer that I've ever fought, that I've ever been in the ring with. Both fighters both went into the 2012 Olympics and came out of there with gold wrapped around their necks. Alexander Usyk very quickly dominated the cruiserweight division. Alexander Usyk has a very impressive professional boxing resume. With Anthony Joshua, same type of story. He comes into the professional realm, gold wrapped around his neck, taking the heavyweight boxing world by storm, or just the boxing world by storm in general, you know. He was fighting fighters that he really shouldn't have been fighting and still winning those battles. If we look back to Klitschko, he definitely fought that fight a little bit early in his career, but he came out on top. That fight and this fight is quite interesting because it's kind of a resurrected version of that fight. You have the gold medalist from Ukraine, which was Klitschko, versus Anthony Joshua, gold medalist from England, and then now you have another gold medalist from Ukraine. So once again, this is another gold versus gold battle between Ukraine and England. This really shows what level the guys at the Olympics are fighting at. I have to put this in here because a lot of people and just boxers in general, like some boxers really underestimate the Olympics. The Olympics is an elite level, so any fighter from there that can come out of the Olympics with a medal, any kind of medal, they will do well and will definitely be hanging around the top end of professional boxing. So first up, we have Alexander Usyk from Ukraine, 18-0, 13 knockouts. His standouts, his movement, his feinting, his footwork, his work rate. I didn't put his power in there because I, for one, do not rate his power. He usually stops his opponents through work rate, you know, just by an overload of shots that just keep coming towards them and them being scrambled in their head because they don't know what to do with it. If you look back at the fight with he and I, he basically done the same thing with me. But he did not stop me because I have very fit legs. I was able to still move around. I'm not just gonna stand there and take the shots. But in that fight, I felt his power. It's nothing devastating, but at the same time, this is boxing. Anything can happen. If you don't see the punch, that's usually the one that hurts. But definitely his movement and his footwork and his feinting are the three main things that I'm looking forward towards to see how Anthony Joshua really deals with that. I don't think he's ever dealt with a mover like Usyk. He's never dealt with someone that will potentially scramble his head because Usyk, he uses those feints beautifully and he keeps it up throughout the whole fight. And I think just his work rate in general, he just picks it up because he is known as a slow starter. So for the first maybe round or couple rounds, he'll just sit back, have a look at you, you know, sort out what your plan is and then adjust to that. And then come up with an idea to basically, you know, take over the fight and win. So it'll be very interesting to see how he deals with a big man. Alexander Usyk has been doing really well in the professional heavyweight realm so far, but he's never fought anyone as big as Joshua. Joshua, 6'6", 24 wins, 1 loss, with 22 knockouts. That's a big man that can punch, and his boxing ability is great. When I was sparring Anthony Joshua, this was even back when before he won the Olympics. just crazy power, just consistent power, consistent power. He just has heavy hands, and he's a very, very explosive dude. A physical phenomenon. You know, you don't really see guys that are like that. You know, they come in every now and then in a lifetime, but his physique, crazy. But also his mentality. If you see him on the fight where he lost against Andy Ruiz and then took the rematch straight away, most people, or most boxers in that case, wouldn't be able to make those kind of adjustments that quickly. He's a boxer that will basically stick on his back foot but not move around too much and then try and like hurt you from there and then come forward and finish you off. He's not the type of boxer that'll dance around. That is not his natural game. So when I saw him on the Andy Ruiz 2 fight and he was able to do that, that proves to me that he can really knuckle down and accomplish anything that he puts his mind to. With Anthony Joshua, his power, his height, and just the size of him, that really should be enough to give any man struggles. But when you got a mover like Alexander Usyk in there, I think that's what makes this fight so interesting. So I'm interested to see how Usyk deals with his power when he feels that first jab. Even if he feels that on the gloves, how is he going to deal with that, knowing that he's going to have to deal with this person for the next 12 rounds? Boxing ability, Anthony Joshua is able to box on the front foot and off the back foot. I don't think he's going to be going on the back foot with this fight. You know, I think he's going to try and make his presence known quite early and try and keep the respect there. He's going to try and keep Usyk to the ropes so that his movement is limited. So yeah, I'm just very interested to see what Usyk does. For a winner, I'm leaning towards Joshua because he is the bigger man, stronger man, but that doesn't mean that this fight's gonna be his way the whole time. If he wins, it's because he really, really dug deep and dealt with all the mind tricks that Usyk plays, because he does. When you go in there and you feint a guy and you keep making him think, that really does scramble your brain, and that can sometimes leave you stagnant and really hesitant on what to do next. I am interested to see how Anthony Joshua deals with that. I'm picking Anthony Joshua for the win, but anything can happen. This is heavyweight boxing. Those are my predictions. Leave your predictions down below. What do you think? Is it going to be Anthony Joshua for the win? Perhaps KO, TKO, points decision, or do you think it's going to go to Usyk? What do you guys think? Comment down below. Yeah, that's me. I'm out.